Hi, it's Chris here from Inviting Thoughts, and this is the paper I'm using. So it's from Kaisercraft, and it's gold and green and greys. It's called Elegance. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can take the glare off a little bit. See, there we go. And there's it's 12 by 12 scrap paper. There's 6 double-sided pages in each pack. There's 2 of each. Okay, so I'll just show you the paper. So that's that side. There's 2 of those, and that's the other side. And then there's this one. And that's the other side. And there's this one. That's the other side. And that one. And the other side. And the other side. And the other side. And there's also a sticker sheet with them as well. Okay. So that's the paper pack I'm using, and what I'm going to be making is a journal, a passport journal, using the Eileen Hull passport journal die. Okay, so it's a Sizzix Bigs die, and let me see if I can get that in shot there. That's the die I'm using. Is it up the right way for you? There, I think so. Okay. And I'll be cutting it in my big shot machine. Okay, so what I'll be doing is cutting it out of mat board. Okay, so just trying to work out the size so we get the whole. Now, mat board is also called mount board. I'm just cutting this down to start with, the right size, so I can cut the. And what I'll be doing is I'll be cutting. There's different sections in this die. Okay, so here we've got the pages, and here we've got the cover and the spine, and that's the cover. Okay, so I'll be cutting 2 of these and 1 of these to start with. Okay, and so this is the mat board I'm using. It's gold, and as you can see, it's not too thick. There, get there, see? Okay, and what I'll be doing is I'll be covering up paper on this side, and I'll be using the gold will be the inside cover. Okay, so I'll just do that. I'll cover it up and then I'll come back. Okay, so I've covered the paper on one side, so the paper is on this side and the gold is on the other side. So what I'm doing first is I'm cutting one of the covers. So I'm going to place that down on the paper side down. Okay, we want the paper side down on this to cut that. And I'll get my cutting plates, a sandwich. And run that through. It is a little hard to start with because it is mat board. These are a scoreboard die too. These aren't. They're a Bigs die, but they're scoreboard. They're made to cut through scoreboards, mount board, craft board, cut leather balsa wood. Had a bit of stickiness on it. Okay, so that's the cover. So that's one cover, and see how that's cut? It's cut beautifully. There, and the pattern's perfect, see? And that way, if you notice it, when it cuts, it just cuts that smoothness around the corner a little bit, which is what you really want. So I'll do the next one. What I'm doing for this one, I've just put some sticky sheet over that again because I don't want that to, I want that to remain because that's going to be the binding. I'm not covering the binding because I'm going to do the gold on the outside for the binding. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to cut the other way though because I want the binding to be into the gold so it's on the outside. Because the binding is critical as to where you cut that. So I'll just place this down. Making sure that I've got the paper over it. The plate on that. Okay, and run that through as well. Cut that one as well, see there? And this one has cut the binding, helps there. And you can see these binding, they're actually score lines depending on where you want to bend that. We'll bend that later once we decide how big we're going to do the journal. Okay, so I'll move the big shot out of the way now. Okay, so we've got our two covers. Okay, so this is, one's the front cover, one's the back cover, that will be the inside, and then this will be the outside, and I've got sticky on that, so that's sticky there underneath there at the moment, so that'll be stuck. I'm actually going to, when I do a elastic band round to close it, when I'm doing the closure, I don't know if you can read that. Can you read that? Anyway, this is the sentiment. It's the challenge we're doing is a sentiment challenge, and it's got know in your heart you are loved, and this is a would be a good Valentine's type project as well. So you could do this for Valentine's Day. I haven't used the traditional pinks and reds. I'm not really a pink person, so I have used a soft floral, and the green and the gold and the silver could also make it masculine as well. Okay, so I'll get on to the next section. Won't be long, thank you. Now is the signatures, which are the inserts. So this part of the die, and this is the same die, makes the inserts, and I'm going to cut pages and covers. Now, because I'm using paper for this, or just normal paper stock, we can do more than one at a time, because this paper does cut cardstock. So what I'm doing is I will cut 2 pages at a time using the paper, the pattern paper, which I'm using for the covers of the inserts, and then I'll do the other ones as well. So I'm putting them on the die, adding that on there. Feeding that through. So it goes a lot smoother with paper, but it still cuts through. Okay. So these are the covers, and it also cuts the holes for threading the inserts. So what I'll do is I'll do one this side and one that side. So I've got coordinating covers. Okay, and I'll do the same with another pattern because I want 4 signatures. Now, signatures is the term that they give for inserts for journals, passport, travellers' journals, passport journals, different types of booklets and things like that. It's a bookbinding term, and it's called they're called signatures. Okay, so if you hear that term, that's what they mean. Okay, so we've got these covers now as well. I'll just pop that out. So I've got one of those, one of those, one like that, and one like that. So that'll do really nicely for the actual covers of the inserts. And for the pages of the inserts, I'm just going to do craft paper. And for these, I'll do 3 at a time. Okay, so I'll just cut the rest of those and then I'll come back. So what I've done is I've got the 2 covers and I've completed the signatures. So the signatures have the cover and they have 3 inserts, so that's 6 pages in each one, and that's those. And I've folded those. Now this I've already bent. Now I've bent each one slightly, so I've got a curved spine because I like that curved spine. I have removed the sticky, the glue liner, and I'm just about to attach these covers. So you do it to the first one here. So I'll just put that down and attach that in there. Yep. And same on this side, so that's that way. Which way do I want that to go? So I want it to go up that way, but do I want it to go here? Yep, that's the best one. So I'll do that along here the same way. And that's, there we go, and that's on the side there, so they're both in on there. So just score those. And so you've got a lovely journal cover, and because I've creased each of these a little bit, I'll get that rounded kind of version of the cover, which I like, that kind of rounded kind of spine thing there going, that curved thing, okay? If you don't do that, then you end up with a very square spine, which is good as well, just depends on what you like. Okay, so that's fine. Now this here is sticky, so I've got to actually put something over that to prevent it sticking to the inserts, and I always like to use craft paper for that because it's a little bit hardy. So what I'll do is Actually, I'll use the straight line. Just a little bit more. Gives it a bit of strength, a bit more strength to the spine as well. So once that's stuck down, no way to cut to remove that. I'll just get a you can use a knife for this as well if you wanted to. Oops, damn. Just be careful of that. Okay, that's out of the way. Now, I'll need to repoke these holes for the threading of the journals. Also cut the edges of these. Okay, so that's all done. Okay, and then the inserts will go inside like that, and you've got your little journal. Okay, it's as easy as that. Now, then I'll make an elastic to go around here and put that on the front. I will also thread this as well, and I'll come back. And what I'll do is I'll attach the instruction PDF on how to thread the journal as well to the videos on YouTube, so you know how to do that as well. Okay, so I'll come back with the completed journal. Thank you. Threaded the journal, and what I've just done on the spine here is just done a bit of macrame to bring those corners in, and I've threaded the wraparound in between those so that when you unclook it, you don't lose it. Okay, and then we've got the covers and the pages. You can make these with watercolour pages, you can make them with art paper, you can make them with any paper whatsoever, so you can turn it into a nice junk journal, or you can have it something more formal like this. So there's lots of different ways of making these little journals. This is a nice one just for a little purse or bag. To have in to write down ideas or do some drawing. I'll probably put some stickers on it to finish it, and show you a little later the completed items. So I've done some macrame there as well just to tie that in and give that a nice effect there. But that's the completed journal. Thank you.